Hey guys, Justin here. I'm in Erskine right now. I actually don't know how to pronounce this place. Is this Erskine or Erskine? I actually have no idea. But down here, actually past Mandurah, down south, not as far, because if you actually walk this way a little bit and then walk back across the bridge, of course it's not like a little bit, but if you walk just outside, you can see Mandurah across the river. You keep going down as well, now up in Dawesville all the way over there. Here we are at the 591 terminus. Stop 21748 down here in Erskine, which is actually, this is the terminus. It's actually alright, it's not too bad. It's the parking bay right here for the buses and a shelter. Alright, not bad. Okay, so before we start the route, now it's actually 3:23. The bus just left. That's actually my bus that I took over, so I'm waiting for the 3:42. I specifically chose this period because it's actually 1 hour per bus off the other times. Right now it's actually, I think this is school releasing periods, and it's actually have a 20-minute interval right here. So that's why I'm doing this spot right here. Just left the 3:22, so I'm waiting for the 3:42, so it's not too bad. Now there are some deviations. C and D are just school deviations. So one of them loops both of the schools in the early days, and then there's one loop the college. There's also one regular deviation, which is actually not a school deviation. This is A right here. 2 services on weekdays, and then 1 on weekends, this direction. So there's actually another one towards the other direction for Saturday and Sundays, which is actually in midday. But this direction towards Mandurah is actually only in the morning. Wow. So Saturday and Sunday, pretty bad, 1 hour per bus. It's actually also 1 hour per bus, but it's pretty bad all the way up here. So we're taking this one's not deviation, but A is the normal, not a school deviation. It deviates via Bridgewater Village, which is actually just down there, somewhere down there. So later on, I actually want to do the deviation, but I can't get the good timing, so that's why. All right, now onto the path of this route that she's gonna take. So here it is. 591, we're actually at zone 8, which is all the way down. Not zone 9 yet. Zone 9 is down at Wanana and Dawesville. So here are Erskine, and then you can see all of the way through to Mandurah Station. Now, but look at the starting point here. There are 2 stops, literally the same name. Styx Boulevard, Willow Bridge Circuit. There are 2 same names. Like, you guys maybe wonder, what the hell is this? Why is 2 same names? Because here's the terminus, and then the bus will comes that way. But unfortunately is that I actually need to do a U-turn. The U-turn is actually down there. It's actually a little bit further away. So there's a U-turn there. And then they actually set up another stop just across, literally just across the road for another stop. So you can actually technically board on the other side and not board here if you actually don't want to do the U-turn, which I actually, for the last bus, I actually got someone board on the other side, and I actually captured that on camera. So here is how that works when a bus, after U-turns, it is stopped at that stop over there. Here's how it goes. So that's why you don't actually need to waste time actually boarding at the exact terminus and then go down to do the U-turn and then come back and turn back to the exact same spot. Instead of actually doing this U-turn, you can actually just wait for the bus to do the U-turn itself, and then you board when the bus finishes the U-turn on the other side, which that guy just did. That guy literally was standing actually that dude that boarded the earlier service. Literally, my bus was here. My bus just got off, and he was already standing over there on the other side. So, and he literally stood there until the bus departs, and he moved over to the stand and then wait for the bus to finish U-turn, and he comes back over to board the bus. That's so funny. Well, I was like, why there's actually a stop on the other side of the road when the terminus is literally right across? So apparently someone's actually using it, so there you guys go. Now wait for our bus to come in here, and we're due back to Mandurah Station. It's a normal service, so no deviation this time. I don't know whether Mark has done the Bridgewater Village deviation. There are only 2 services on weekdays on each direction, so that's why whether he has filmed that one, I'm not so sure. So Now wait for our bus. Well, on board 2681 again, which I've actually on board this bus before on the 584, before the change of Lakeland Station. So, back again on board on 2681, and we'll be filming at the front today. Unfortunately, I'll be the only one on board for a little while, so hopefully the driver won't be actually questioning me anything. Alright, so this is how the whole path, it starts down here, and there's Mandurah Station over there, which actually, according to what the app says, I actually cannot actually blame Comet Bay College before that I said with the big old bus signs in Comet Bay College when I did the 561 video. That says Mandurah Bus Station. That's stupid. Well, Transperth is also saying Mandurah Bus Station, so I guess that school is not doing anything wrong. So here's the loop around. Main path is travel along down with the 592. So here's the U-turn. So last time I did 2681, it was actually at the back, so that's why we're doing it at the front this time. And there's the U-turn, and you can see the stop right there. We just went back to the start. So that's basically how it goes, but no one boarded this time. Last service, there was someone boarded, so that's actually pretty cool that I got that on camera. 2681, let's do it. This guy drove in as 000, so that's why. Because the next service that actually comes down to Erskine as a 591 is actually some school deviation starting outside of Mandurah Station, so. Let's do it. So this is where I turn left here. There are no deviations, so we're just doing the normal path. So we're still inside Erskine here. There's also that deviation. I want to show you guys where's the deviation. There's only one stop in and then just U-turn. So we should be at the front. I also don't understand why the hell there's a random school bus stand on the middle of the road right here. Like, what is this school bus stand right here? Literally it's right here. You see? School bus stop. Like, what is this random stop right here in the middle of the road? Alright, go straight will be the deviation. But we don't go straight, we don't do deviation, so just turn right. So earlier when we looped into a my service that comes down, it loops into Glencoe's primary school, which that actually wasted quite a lot of time there. But this one doesn't need to deviate, it should be way faster. Alright, also before I forget, thank you so much the Jeep Wrangler man for this request here. I know you live down here, past Mandurah, around these areas. Your local route I think is 592 or something like that, I don't remember. You said something related to that, but Now you requested 591. I greatly appreciate you request these routes because like I never come down here. There's nothing down here, and with requests I can actually, it forces me to come down here and explore, which is good. This route is pretty fun. So later on when it goes up back up, it actually goes quite far up along the coast, along the shore, and goes up to where the memorial is, and then cross Mandurah Bridge. And since you cross Mandurah Bridge, it's actually way more straightforward than the 592. The 592 does more loops actually inside Mandurah city area. While this one just goes pretty straightforward back to Mandurah station. So we're gonna head back out and we'll go back home now. Today is Monday actually, so this semester for me, Monday is actually the day that I actually will be going to film because I have only one class on Monday, and for that class is actually every other week. So that's why I had that class last week, and then this week I don't have it. So that's why I can go out and full day film. But next week I will have the class, so I will go in the morning and I come back at 3 p.m. to Curtin and I have my class. Which next week I'm doing trains is actually pretty good. 591 on the other side. 2932. That should be one of the deviating services. What was that service? Let me go and check that out. Let's see, what is that service? This is a very pretty area always down here. Not this service, the other way. Let's go and just check the timetable, 591. The other way. We're on board the 342 service, so the other one should be this one. No, just kidding. Oh, it's this one. Okay, that one just passed by as a normal service. No deviation. Literally no deviation, normal service. So, but actually the one following that will be actually 334. So this is the 324, that one just passed by, 2932, and the next one's 334, which is actually very weird. And that one will do the deviation, which is right down there. You see the deviation right there. So, but if I do that one, it will be a little late. So that's why I will leave that out. Because normally I don't do deviations. It's just sometimes when it's actually got the timing and it's close by, and then I just want to do the deviation because it looks just way too weird. Actually, the deviating bus will come down very soon. Making our way through into the deeper areas here. Now there are also other deviations for schools for 592, 593 and 594. So that's also some of the services that actually goes through here sometimes, but not as much as the 591. 591 is normal. We'll see the deviation bus coming in on the other side. It should set deviates via Bridgewater Village. I literally just took the whole path, so that's fine. I know how this path goes. This guy's pretty good. Another turn. Quite a lot of clouds though, but not raining. Very nice. Wednesday it's going to be raining though. Now, when you guys are watching this video, it's probably like lined up all the way like 2 to 3 months ago, like 2 to 3 months later. So, because I'm trying to just premiere very slowly throughout the videos. It's just requests, so it's filmed and they will be uploaded and they will be premiered and they will be released. So that's why I don't need to stress out too much. I might continue to premiere these if I fail to premiere them all back in Hong Kong at the end of the year. Here's the deviating bus, 591. via Bridgewater Village, 2616. That is a very weird deviation. It's just one stop off the road suddenly for that. So, okay, so far still no one has boarded. So, really completely empty right now, the whole bus. Actually, right now with that dude actually going to get off, we're completely empty. Okay. Continue our way through. Should be turning left here. Oh, just kidding, we're turning right. Okay. Alright, let's just stop right there. Alright, so today is okay, not too cold, but upcoming after the rain on Wednesday is going to be insanely cold coming out. Like in the like technically it's just in the morning, but in the morning it'll be 4 degrees. Oh man, my parents have went back to Hong Kong and they're already getting murdered by the heat. So they really want to come back and continue staying here because it's very cold right now. So that's fine. It's chilly. So they don't need to suffer from the heat back in Hong Kong, but they have work, so of course they need to go back. Plus, if they're here, I can never actually go to film, like down here, because I need to spend with them. So earlier on, I actually tried out a lot of routes up in Rockingham and Mandurah. I tried out the 557. I would try out the 558 and 559 very soon. So 558 is the same, but it's just after they changed it, the alignment of the route, just shortened it like literally the whole route is shortened. I want to do it again, and also I've never tried the 559, which is the old 562. And I took the 574. Of course, I filmed that one, so it's not new. And I tried the new path for the 584, another Erskine 591. That's the extension one. That starts from Assumption something college, I don't remember, which is outside of Mandurah Station. So that's why that thing actually on the head of the bus it says via Mandurah Station, because it starts from Mandurah Station. So I also just tried the 584 new path at the start that starts from Lakeland Station. That's also pretty fun. But when I was doing the 574, I bumped into Leon Mousy, Leon Chur. And I also saw ridiculously a B12 running a 574. That is gonna be miserable for the B12 to drive through. It's a bendy bus, B12, and then you know how ridiculous the turns are for the freaking 574. There's like literally 6 consecutive turns at that one spot. So yes, there's one spot on the route inside Singleton and Golden Bay literally has 6 consecutive turns that the bus need to do. So basically 3 left and 3 right immediately as soon as after each other. So that's miserable for B12 to drive through that. Hopefully it doesn't jackknife. Okay, why suddenly out of the focus? You see, very pretty views right here. So that's why this route is actually very nice to do. If I actually do it, the side is actually going to be better actually technically for this. Another 591, that's a lot of buses. Erskine, that's also via Mandurah Station. That's from another different school. So, and you can see the pretty oceans here. Of course, the bay will continue all the ways to the Rocky Bay and Penguin Island Bay over there in Shorewater, which of course is like miles away, but it will link over there. Pretty views. Very pretty. You can't really see Penguin Island from here, but it will leads up to Penguin Island where it is. So requests will just be slowly but surely filmed. They're not gonna really go too fast because not a lot of time right now with semester already started. So this is just week 2 today, so that's why it's not too bad, so I can still go out and film. Coming, we have a lot of tests, that's why we will not go out and film that much. We also have some assignments and stuff. Assignments not too much, it's just 1 to 2, but mostly it's tests and exams. We'll go by the memorial later on in Mandurah, the War Memorial, which I've visited one time. It was actually earlier in the year, so before the first semester started, I went there. So 2681 is actually a very special bus because, yes, it's a very special bus actually, 2681. It's the first 26 that actually uses a white display board, a white LED display board. That is down in Mandurah, the 26 ones. So the one and only 26 white desktop board that's actually down here in Mandurah. There are definitely a lot of 26 that's actually by Transperth, which are using the white desktop boards, white LED boards, but those are the cab buses, which is actually in the city. So 26 is a pretty special one. Of course, we have the 29s, which is actually the white desktop boards as well, but I do like these areas. You see, the river is right here, and there are literally houses next to the rivers with yachts that these guys own. Very, very rich people. In Hong Kong, we have similar places, which is actually in Tai O, but that's like completely on the opposite direction, opposite side of money count. This side is like rich as hell. But in Hong Kong, in Tai O, is actually fishermen actually living in Tai O with the river in the middle and houses built on top of the river with some of the canoes and some of the small wooden boats for the fishermen to go out and fish. Okay, focus please, thank you. Alright, here's the memorial. Memorial is inside. I've been there, which is alright, not too bad. And here's where it binds with the 592 and Cross Bridge of Mandurah. I think I've boarded one time here. Yeah, I think I boarded once, 591 right here. Just go back to Mandurah station, but I didn't do much. Right, back into the city center. Oh no, last time I think I bought something else. Did I bought the 592 or the 591? Because I think 592 actually turns somewhere. I think it turns right for the 592 because it loops a longer path for the 592. It doesn't just go straight, but I don't remember. Old school bus over there, very cool looking. All these can be searched on bus info actually. Very empty service, literally. 3 people on board so far. This path only has 591 and also the shuttle, the 588 and 589, the Mandurah shuttles. Those are color coded, which is actually pretty nice. So, I mean for the stands as okay, I take that back. The one on the other side not color coded. This one over here for 589 color coded. Like what? So inconsistent. And also the color code at Mandurah station has been removed. For the 588 and 589, they're no longer color coded, which is actually pretty bad. Like a lot of the stands, bus stands for Transperth, they're really just like randomly made, you know? Like randomly, really. So one more time, you can see on the other side stand, no colors. This side, the stand for the 589 on the top, it is color coded. You can see some blue over there. Alright, so I think turn left, or we continue straight for now. I think we'll continue straight. So, okay, now the shuttle no longer is color coded, or is it not driving down here? Is it not color coded already? You see, so inconsistent. Alright. Like some stops they color code the stand, some don't. Same thing for the Rockingham shuttle, 555. Again, that thing is against like random stands, they're gonna color code the bus stands, and then some of them don't. Oh, got a bus at the front coming down. Is that 600? Yes, it is. 600, which that one has been filmed. 600 from Pinjarra. What was that one? Is it 2222 or 2227, which I think I took earlier on. Or did I took something else? I took 2226, just kidding. I made it to Mandurah Forum. Someone's boarding. Literally every single route here goes to Mandurah station, so that's why no point of choosing. Just take. Yeah, every single one goes to Mandurah station. Sorry. Alright, so oops, more people. Alright. 4 more stops to Mandurah station. So, same path as the 600. .597 turns left, apparently. There's a lot of routes down here in Mandurah that I have no idea where it goes, including the one service a day, 604 and 605. Now the 604 goes to South Yandarup, I think, Yandarup, which is one service a day, which is actually the same path as the 600 and then branches off somewhere to South Yandarup, which is actually a very random terminus. And then there's also the 605, which actually goes to Pinjarra, but doesn't go to this exact same spot as the 600. The 600 goes into town center, terminates outside the hospital. Quote unquote hospital. It's just basically a house. It's just basically some houses that actually acts as a health service. And then we also have the 605, which actually goes to Pinjarra, which is terminating right outside of the Nature's Farm down at Pinjarra. But that's the only service that goes down there. And the early morning service that goes out is early morning, so that's why it doesn't matter. That is a very difficult one to film. I think Mark is going to handle that one. I'm not going to go and film that one. He filmed it 604 before, and then he will probably do the 605. He said he wants to ride it, so if I do the 605, I actually need to first learn how to drive. So 594 going down to Dawesville, and 597 going to Kudankup, 2640, and made it to Mandurah here. And here we are, Mandurah Station. Right in, and this time I just gotta take trains. I'm not gonna screw around with taking buses all the way through. I literally just took like 3 buses all the way through from Rockingham all the way to Mandurah. So, alright, 585 going to Lakelands here, 2935. And here we are at Mandurah here. There are again train replacements tonight for the shutdown. So, which is again the 909. We've done that before already, so you can check those videos out. And here we are, Mandurah. 591, Mandurah Station via Horheads, 2681. Well, that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe, click the bell so that you can get notifications when I post. Check out the links in the description down below for my other channels and my Instagram. Here's 2227 on a 600. Click on these videos up top, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!